Okay, here's the end of stage 3, which is the color block-in. And obviously this is related to the poster study, which we've done, in that we're trying to find characteristic color averages for each of these big shape blocks that we've established in the drawing and then in the burnt umber as well. We're trying to keep things flat, right? There's no attempt here to create any kind of a gradation or volume or anything like that. We're trying to keep things really flat, just as in a poster study. The difference with the poster study from a poster study is that we're doing a little bit more drawing here, and concerning ourselves a little bit more with the spacing and the proportions and so forth. And also my averages when I do a color block and tend to be a little bit different than my poster averages. I'm thinking in terms of the next step of building form, and so sometimes my averages, say in the light, might be a little bit darker and a little bit more geared towards showing the more chromatic qualities of the color, really sort of pushing the chroma. But if you want to just think of this as sort of a big poster study, it's fine at this point. That's not an unhelpful idea to have. The other thing I'm trying to do at this step is, when I look up here and I squint in full color, I see areas that connect that I talked about before, like the shadow on the vase versus the shadow in the background, or the shadow on the vase versus the shadow on the piece of fruit above, or or the light on the fruit and the light on the background. Those are areas, or the light on the stripe here and the light on the background. Those are areas when I squint, they seem to visually join with the background, and I establish that in the burnt umber, and that's something that I want to try to hold on to now. So like when I squint at this, I want to make sure that those connections, that flow across and between objects continues, so that I don't want to get so caught up with these different colors that I start losing that sense of unity or connectivity between the objects, their shadows, and so forth. So really important to try to hold on to that. It's a really strong unifying device in a painting if you can hold on to those characteristics of connection that happen between colors that have either similar hue or similar value. All right, so that's the third step.